Despite legal norms at the time, George was questioned without the presence of his parents or an attorney, underscoring the lack of proper legal representation in his case. The bodies of Betty June and Mary Emma were so horribly beaten that whoever killed them could not have come away without having blood on their clothes. It has been speculated that George could have had a change of clothes after the murders. However, the Stinney family lived in closed quarters and they did not have an extensive wardrobe, possibly only 2 sets of clothing each. All Stinney siblings confirmed this during their testimonies, and state that it would have been impossible for George to come home in blood-covered clothes and change into a clean set without this going unnoticed.
So, would you have, or somebody in the family, would you think somebody would have noticed that George had bloody clothes on, that would have occurred?
Someone would have noticed.
Accounts from the time claim that George confessed to the crime, leading authorities to a piece of iron allegedly used in the murders. Newman informed newspapers that George confessed to killing the girls within 40 minutes of his arrest. Newman stated that George admitted to fatally striking them after they resisted his sexual advances. However, questions about the validity of this confession have lingered, with some suggesting that external pressures may have influenced George's statements. A handwritten statement from Deputy Sheriff H.S. Newman said, quote, "On information I received, I arrested a boy by the name of George Stinney. He then made a confession and told me where a piece of iron about 15 inches long was. He said he put it in a ditch about 6 feet from the bicycle wheel which was lying in the ditch. The piece of iron was found in water where he said it was at." End quote. Despite legal norms at the time, George was questioned without the presence of his parents or an attorney, underscoring the lack of proper legal representation in his case. Furthermore, a written and signed confession was never found.